Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning when I'm recording this. It's actually afternoon in the game, as you can see. We are Big Sky Farms, and we are back after an almost 7-month hiatus. Life threw us just a little bit of a curveball. And so we are working through that. We actually have moved from Montana to the great state of Kentucky. And so that's basically what we've been up to the last 7 months. Last I was with you guys was, I believe, the end of April. I put up my last video, and at the beginning of May, I did my last live stream. And from there, life pretty much kind of became fairly chaotic for us. We trying to think, make sure I get this storyline right for you guys, or the timeline rather. My wife applied for a job as a swim coach. You guys know she's a swim coach down here in Kentucky, and she got that job. So we had a big decision to make, and so we came down for a visit the end of May, and ultimately, obviously, ended up taking the job, and really couldn't be happier. It's been an amazing turn for our family. We've got a lot of things to work through yet. Some of the things with moving and everything, and moving away from family was definitely not easy. So we kind of had some things to do there. So worked through all of that, but also as a result of moving, I had to get a different job. So as luck would have it, a gentleman that I knew from my previous job had an opening on his service team. Oh goodness, did not really account for that old trailer to be sliding around like that, and that we were going to have to be catching it here. Hang on. There we go. So anyway, back to where I was. A gentleman that I knew from my previous job, he had quit and gone to work for Horsch LLC in North Dakota. And he had an opening on his service team for a customer service product specialist role, basically, down here in Kentucky, covering kind of the mid-south states. So that is what I'm doing, officially titled a product specialist for Horsch. And that has been going great, going amazing. It's been a good change. There's a little bit of travel involved, so a video and streaming schedule will be slightly hectic, but we will still be able to get it done there. Looks like we've got the grain cart sitting out in the field there, so we're going to have to look into that here a little bit. But that's basically what we've been up to. So we've gotten settled here in Kentucky. Both the new jobs are going great. Kids are in school, doing well, and life is just motoring on. But due to moving and our house not quite being ready in Kentucky, it just made content creating next to impossible. So we'll see how things progress here for the next little while. There's been a lot of good maps that have released in the last couple of days. This is being recorded a couple of days after Christmas. So we've got the new year coming up here shortly. Lots of good mads. Mads, it's short for mods and maps. But a lot of that stuff is coming out, and we are just going to jump right into some of that. We'll kind of close up a few of our series here. And we might return to them a little later here. But right now we've got our potato series on, which is what we're here on Stone Valley. We've got our dairy series over on Westbridge. I did get a series kind of started a little bit over on Upper Missouri River Valley, UMRV. I don't know if that one's going to continue or not. Honestly, it'll be up to you guys a little bit to get that sorted out. So, but that's kind of where we land with all of it. So, one of the first things we need to do is whoops, excuse me. We're actually going to get this tractor sold. Is this not where oh, I bet I gotta go, parked it in the wrong spot. I gotta go over here to sell this thing. We're gonna sell this thing. Northwest Mods and Edits Peterbilt finally dropped. I've been waiting for that one since he first talked about it, and it's finally here. And we also have some truck beds and new trucks to look at. Newer, older trucks is what they are, actually. So we're going to see if moving this truck over here worked. And if it did, then great. If not, we're just going to go in here and sell it. So lots of stuff on here. I kind of got to reorient myself with what we got going on here. Sell that baby for 85. Yes, absolutely. And then not sure which trailer we're going to sell now, because let's see here. There's 10 months and 11 months. This one's been used more. We'll have to see if we can figure out which one this is. 1%, 16% damage. I wonder what that other one is. Well, we might just have to take a chance and see if we can figure this one out. Well, let's hope it's this one. Guess we're going to find out. We guessed wrong. We guessed wrong. Okay, well, we're just going to go for broke here. Sell them both and see what we come up with. So, the other thing I want to do in this, so the first thing we need to do is come back over here to the truck market. So we've got this Bison and this General, as well as these old S1800 Internationals. Fun fact, I grew up driving one of these. Spent about 3 years behind the wheel of one of these things for 2.5 weeks every June, putting in, chopping hay for silage for the dairy. So we will definitely be having one of those. We'll just have to see kind of what it looks like and go from there. So we're going to get this Pete tuned up here. We're going to put, kind of wanted to put a little bit wider tires on there, wider fronts. Kind of a mixed bag there, because they are a little bit harder going down the road, but they're a little bit better in the field. So since this is going to be pulling a live bottom potato trailer, we better have some wider tires on there for the harvest season. So we are going to get some handles. No, we got to get some, I got to remember where we're at here. There's the standard, the fender guards, chrome. This is the one I wanted. I think I want 1 and 3. Yep, okay, there we go. Don't need a sun visor. We definitely want the horns. Definitely want marker lights. You can go 1 and 2. All right. So I like the shields removed and those 45s down on the bottom. Then I want, so this is the style I want, and I want them 50 rotated. These are short, so we don't have to worry about as much about our boom there when we're harvesting. So no cab details. We are actually going to put the extra attacher on the back. That may come in handy if we have to pull a piece of equipment around or something like that. And we are also going to add this headache rack. And we're going to put some beacon lights on there in case we have to transport something. We do not need GPS on it. And I will admit I played with this the other night. And I like this combination right here. What they call this? This is a maroon effect. And the champagne fenders. All right. So that is what that baby looks like. And we are just going to go ahead and purchase it. $379 from 2005. Cannot think of a more beautiful truck. So next up is this guy. Definitely going to throw the horns on there. We're going to leave the pinstriping off. There's no visor. We're going to go with the X2 Silager potato frame. And we're going to leave that baby all white, just like that. And we're going to check the price. Yeah, those Bisons are a little too spendy for me right now, especially since we have to buy another potato trailer. But another thing we're going to go ahead and pick up is this one. And so this is our 20-foot X2 box. We're going to go with the rear plate and the extensions. We're going to put a ladder on the back so we can get up and clean it out. We're going to throw some fenders on there because it'll keep everything straight and clean. And I like the angled decal as well, or we can just go with no decal and keep this baby just nice and white like that. So, being said, now one thing I do want to check. Did we have, I think we got rid of all those. Yeah, we still have the boxes, but we don't. Okay. So we're okay there. I thought maybe we had one of these trailers here, but we do not. So we're going to run and look at our live bottom trailer here. And I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be 45, but we're going to keep that plum. Maybe we better go back with magenta. That will match that Peterbilt really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of our new toys. You will have to excuse all these achievements because with it being a new game on a new computer, none of my achievements are unlocked, so those will be getting unlocked as we go along. I'm sure there's a way to deactivate those or turn them off or anything, but I just wanted to get in and get some content creating going on, get some videos recorded for you guys, and kind of get back in the saddle. So, but here we are. This is actually very close to a truck that I used to drive out on the farm that I used to work on. So, if you'll excuse me here a moment. Okay, let's get on the right side of the road here. This is a very well done cab. I don't think that handle, oh, the handle does move. Excellent. So, this will be a great little kind of filler truck. We can, as we can afford it and we get more of these trucks. We should be able to fill 2 of these, and then that shipping trucks that come in that we can ship out in the spring. So I'm super excited to get this bad boy in the field and see what it can do there. So it looks like our sunflowers are doing great there under the pivot. We should perhaps check those and see if they need any fertilizer, if they need weeds or anything like that. I'm going to get this barley field over here to the right that I believe we got to get planted. I think we started planting that, and that's where what we were working on before. So let's see what we can get done there, because we may need to make a equipment change over on that side of the farm. Excuse that screen stuttering there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, and I only got about half of my face on the screen there. Sorry, guys. So, but that's kind of the update to the farm, to life, to what's been going on. So I am going to get rid of my mug on this video, and we're going to keep going here, do a few things, and see what kind of a mess we can make here, and keep this content rolling for you. So without further ado, I'll get rid of me, and we'll just keep going, and I'll narrate kind of what we're doing. So now that we're back, we're going to get this guy ran into the shed here. I think there should be room for him. Yep. And so we are going to take a look, since it's been quite a while. What on earth? Why does that cement look so weird? Interesting. Got some weird graphics things going on in here. Anyway, jump into our Peterbilt, and he sounds great. So we're going to go ahead and get hooked up to this trailer as well. And get him back over to the farm as well. We're going to remember not to. Ooh. It looks like it's going to be a tiny. Oh, get a little bit better. There we go. All right. Now let's see if we can get them beacons on. There we go. Those will work great. All right. So I'm going to get this baby driven down the road, and we will see you guys back down at the farm. Alright, coming back in here live, I just have to say how great this Peterbilt drives and runs. Kudos again to Northwest Mods and Edits. They did an amazing job with this truck, and it is an absolute joy to drive down the road. Cannot wait for harvest to get here and get rolling there. So let's get him lined in there, about there. So one thing that we have to check is, I believe under our cedars, we do have this one. Okay. So let's I'm going to take a spin around the horn and check on everything. So that is what I was thinking, is that we've got this John Deere and Limken set up. Now, I'm guessing I leased those? I don't know. It's been so long, I don't remember what we're doing. So, yep, I did lease it. So we're going to go ahead and... Guys, we're going to do things a little unconventional here. Because I would like this thing to be unloaded right here. There we go. And so what we're going to do is... How do I want to do this? We're going to go ahead and return this. And we're going to return that. And we're going to return this. Goodness, no wonder we didn't make no money. We're going to hang on to this because I think we need to do some spraying somewhere. And see if we can get these filled here. Come on. All right. We're just going to drive through the ditch here. And see if we can pull up over here and fill this bad boy up. So this is the Horsch Avatar. This is one of the pieces of equipment that I do some work on. Maybe? There we go. There we go. These are one of the cedars that I'll be working on, both when it breaks down and when guys buy new ones, helping them set them up, put them in the ground, teaching them how to run it, all that fun stuff. So we have our big service training coming up here in a couple of weeks. And so that is going to be, I'll be up in Illinois for a couple of weeks here. So we are going to do that. Pounds. Okay. Let's get this set up and let's see what we've got for GPS angles. Should we try this one? I don't think that's the right angle. Ooh, looks like it is. Okay. So we need to come back into here, set this width up to 40, and we're going to unfold this baby. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to jump on this first one. So let's see, let's start it up. Beautiful, air's up good. We're going to set our cruise. And we're going to start planting. We'll clean some of this screen up for you here a little bit. So yeah, this is what we will be doing. This is what we're going to try here. So I am going to see what I can do here to get this here field kind of squared up, and get this done a little bit here for you. I'll bring you guys back kind of periodically here, because this first video is going to get a little long, especially with my monologue and tirade at the beginning there. But that's what we're doing. We're hopefully back. Content will be a little bit sporadic as we drive into the edge of the map there. Um, but we will be getting some stuff out to you on a semi-regular basis. It will all depend on what my work schedule looks like, and balancing that with home life and everything else. So thank you guys so much, and you can sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we're back here, and getting a little squirrely on this end here, but we are getting some things kind of squared off here a little bit with the section control that's available on these horse machines. I can go ahead and just plant in between here what hasn't been seeded so far. So I'm not wasting any seed, not overlapping, not double seeding, anything like that. So that is just what we're up to. We're getting close to getting this half finished up. And I will be back with you guys shortly once we get this field wrapped up. getting back into it here, getting you guys back. Finishing up the last couple of passes here where we were with the other drill. And we got the rest of this half of the field pretty much taken care of. So once we get these 3 little stripes taken care of, we will jump over and get a start on that other side. I just wanted to take a few minutes at the end of the video here to visit with you guys and tell you a little bit about this Horsch Avatar. 10-inch spacing on this guy. It is an air drill by classification. It's not a planter, so it doesn't singulate like a corn planter does. It's got meter rolls down at the bottom of the tanks, and it meters the seed into these towers that we see on the toolbar there. It is primarily designed to do no-till work. It does struggle just a little bit in tilled ground, and going into no-till stuff with stubble and everything, it should do great for us here on the farm, raising our potatoes. So really not supposed to turn with it in the ground, but you know, sometimes accidents do happen. So we'll be okay just leaving that a little bit. I know some of the OCD folks are going to be probably throwing their devices or their screens across the room that I left that little bit there, but we're just doing this cover crop to get a little bit more, hold the soil in place with the wind erosion and get a little bit of green manure in there for these potatoes next season. So that is what we're up to and what we're doing today. So we'll get that finished up, and rather than bore you guys to death, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other side of the ditch here. We're going to carefully cross. Pretty sure we can cross right here fairly easily, and then we're just going to grab a line and start working here. So thank you guys all so much for watching. It is good to be back making content for you guys again. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.